The Weavile. Devious, evil mastermind, or adorable sidekick to children everywhere where it's cold. Only you can decide. This is the evolution of Sneasel, an already ornery trickster known for using complex plans to steal eggs. Sneasels are already wicked smart, and upon evolving they get even smarter. And one particular bit of information seems to allude to their terrifying intelligence, and that is about their ability to write. That's right, you heard it right here. They are able to carve symbols or other indicators as a way of communication, just like that of early humans. So what's going on here, and what does this all mean? Let's find out today on Gnoggin. We may be seeing a new evolution of intelligent Pokemon. There are many Pokemon already that are able to speak and talk to humans. It's not all that special of a trait. From telepathy to just plain speaking, it isn't all that rare to find a Pokemon able to communicate with humans in this way. Especially in the anime, there are a ton of odd Pokemon that are just able to talk. Even a Snover is able to talk at one point. But then what about Pokemon that can read and write, and not only mimic human characters, but have their own entire written language? That's a whole new level of depth. We can see that in a short amount of time, this Pokemon has been evolving at an alarming rate. According to the Pokedex, where it once would fight over food, they now no longer quarrel amongst themselves. And the most interesting thing that the Pokedex mentions is their ability to scratch markings into ice, trees, and boulders to communicate with other Weaviles. No animal in our world can communicate with a set of written symbols. Now, I know a few of you are going to scroll down into the comments immediately and state, "Actually, Loxton, bears mark trees and many other animals communicate by leaving pheromones and other marks." Well, those things aren't actually written language. They are still technically marks though, so good on you for catching that. You're so smart. It's true though, many animals communicate as you've so dutifully pointed out, but that communication is not a known thing, it's innate. They aren't individual symbols or characters. Bears don't go to trees and read the marks. Rather, they just know from the scent that is on a tree that another bear is in the area and this turf belongs to them. They are not reading internet posts or the weekly news from the scent of a tree. Weaviles, though, are able to use written symbols as a way of communicating hunting plans, or as warnings for other Weaviles. Perhaps that, "This is a Beartic cave, do not bother the Beartic." That seems like a reasonable warning. And this language is entirely unique to Weaviles. Other Pokemon are unable to infer the meaning. So in order to know how to read and write, they must be very intelligent, which isn't too uncommon for Pokemon. There are other Pokemon that have immense intelligence, but none have their own written communication system. Though I'm sure Alakazam with its 900 IQ could be taught how to read and write. Also, apparently all Pokemon may have the same or similar spoken languages, as Meowth is able to translate every type of Pokemon, and many just talk to each other, just saying their own names, and they understand it entirely. But back to animals, is it even possible for an animal to have a language? Do any animals have a language? It's quite a difficult question, so we should first define the difference between communication and language. Communication, by definition, is the transmission of a signal between a sender and a receiver. This signal could be language, but it could also be smells, movements, or postures. Defining language now, it's much harder. In fact, it's still in debate to this day. The general consensus is that language is a structured form of communication. That means it contains grammar and can be combined in a near infinite number of ways to form different meanings. An example would be a Weavile having a symbol for predator and another symbol for safe. But unless they are able to put them in a way that says, "No predator, it is safe here," then it's not a written language. Now, some animals do have some level of language, debatably. In fact, some believe that some animals may even have a more developed and more complex language system than us humans. Take a gander at prairie dogs, who can convey sentences in single chirps that range from all across the audible spectrum. It's been observed that quite a few animals have their own vocal languages. Chimps, bees, gray parrots, mustached bats, and sea lions all seem to have some form of basic language, though it is still somewhat debated as to whether or not these actually count as language. Even even when it comes to, say, the dance of the honeybee as compared to our own sign languages. Many debate whether the bee's dance counts as a language, and if it isn't, then are our sign languages languages? It's a very interesting debate for sure, but one thing is for sure, and that is that none of these animals have been observed writing down their words into some sort of text. Unfortunately, mustached bats don't seem to keep diaries. But back to Weaviles, the scary thing is that they can use these communication symbols for hunting, something that changes as time goes on and as their hunting missions are underway. So their symbols would need to be easy and quick to write and to understand, which means that meanings of simple scratches would need to be altered based on the other scratches and things around them and how they are placed. Meaning, the Weavile language at least has to have some simple level of grammar and syntax, which just goes to show how advanced their brains truly are. In fact, that would make these Weaviles a bit more advanced than early humans. Let's take a look at human history for a second to see where they might be along the long road of evolution and advancement. Traveling way back, I'm talking like before your parents. Whoa, that's forever ago. Back in the day, humans used to use rocks and other tokens as a form of communication. This is the predecessor of language. These tokens would be used as a system to record information, such as how much grain or meat someone has purchased. Think about accounting before numbers were invented. The next big stepping stone would be markings or pictography as a writing. This is where most people believe writing really started, as it is the act of recording something by creating an image, be it a drawing or a system of symbols, from cave paintings to hieroglyphs. And after these marks and such, humans started to reduce the symbols into what are called lolographs, where humans put phonics from their vocal language into their written language. Imagine a really rough million-character alphabet, where, for example, elephant was a letter, but really, it just meant big. After a while, humans then started to create an alphabet. You know, something easier to teach. They thought, hey, why not make big mean big and elephant mean elephant? And people loved the idea of things making sense. Some time goes on, some things change, some stuff happens, and we get to where we are today. And where are animals on this historic list of written language? Well, they aren't. They are still just unga-bungaing around, trying to get the newest Rock Station 4 because the X-Bone 1 has no rocks. Weaviles, however, seem to be somewhere around the second level of language evolution, and it's unknown if they even started with just tokens or if they just jumped to stage 2. This could be lost information, as the Pokemon world seems to be stuck in the 90s and information seems to be making strides everywhere except in the history department. You know, unless it's about some stupid god Pokemon. But while Weavile may not have a full-fledged language, it's well on its way. And who knows? With its Egyptian-style headdress and eyeliner, they may be the Egyptians of the Pokemon world, making symbols and such with their scratches, drawing everything from a dude with a crocodile head to a whatever this thing is. And perhaps that's why Weaviles have that vague Egyptian look to them, as well as being Ice-type. They're both there as a means of symbolizing the first two methods of human written language, from cave drawings common in the Ice Age to the symbols and pictograms of the ancient Egyptians. And that's pretty dang awesome. And do you know what else is awesome?
Well, it's our own line of t-shirts! Whoa, look at all these things! You got like the Pokemon Azoth symbol. It's a lion, Solgaleo, and the phoenix. It creates the symbol for Azoth in alchemy, but it's Pokemon. Because remember that Pokemon series I did forever ago that I'm probably never going to surpass in terms of quality and view count and... This is really awesome too. It's Solgaleo as the alchemic lion by itself. And then this shirt, this is a whole bunch of Pokemon symbols, all the types. It's the Arceus symbol, Mega Evolution, and the Primal Evolutions, but all put into an awesome transmutation circle. These shirts are awesome, and I have no idea if they're vegan or not, which is perfect because screw vegans.
Vegans are the worst. They don't need these shirts.
They don't.
No.
In fact, these shirts may be animal tested.
Yeah.
And just in case they aren't, now they are animal tested. Because screw vegans.
Sasha doesn't like vegans either.
She's a carnivore. Don't give cats vegan
No,
diets.
she only eats meat.
That kills the animal.
Look at that.
Animal
A+.
tested and approved.
She can even take it off.
Buy yourself a non-vegan t-shirt today. Preferably from the link in the description, because that means it supports this channel, which is fantastic. And if you are vegan, there's vegan options too. We're just being mean.
And all your donations, well, most of them, will go towards feeding Sasha an all-meat diet, including kibble, which is meat. Meow! Meat! Food! All these shirts will be washed before we sell them again because, you know, cats.
Some people are allergic to cats.
Yep. It's a terrible fate.
Especially if they're also vegan.
Yes.
Sasha, look at the camera.
Look at the camera.
The camera.
The camera.
Sasha.
Camera.
Sasha, look over there. Sasha, look. And with that, the video should be over 10 minutes. Bye!